to another. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to another Heart to Heart show from Zimmer family. I'm Ali, and the guest this evening is Mr. B. Santosh, a renowned artist. Now, Mr. Santosh is has held 15 solo exhibitions. He has an international group shows. He is also an alumni of Harvard Business School. That's you. Santosh is a recipient of a silver medal in art from the President of India, that I think was during the time of Pranab Mukherjee, and has also won the award for the finest contemporary artist in India in 2023. Some of his paintings are displayed at the Rashtrapati Bhavan in India. Santosh has had a career span of over 32 years, which is very rich. Having worked with the Taj Group of Hotels, Times of India, Standard Chartered Bank, Citibank, and MasterCard, he now runs his own art company website. But I want to ask you something. What was actually your real profession? Were you an artist or were you a
No,
banker?
so
Or were,
I, Ali Saab, when I was growing up, I was very keen on academics and I wanted to be a doctor, IAS officer, or an artist.
okay,
And
okay.
because of my dad getting transferred to different places, I was not eligible for some medical colleges in the state. He was in Chennai at that time, and I belong to Kerala. And so I was not able to make it into medicine that year.
Mm.
And I had told my dad that I want to be an artist. He says, nothing doing.
Ah,
He said, you'll have to study, you'll have to work. In your free time, you can do as much painting as possible. I know you're a good artist, but beta, in India, it is very difficult to survive just on art, which is
mm-hmm.
something that uh, really was a good advice that he gave me because I feel that because of a job security that I had, I could pursue my art more freely, could express better, could do more because there was no stress of earning an income through art. So that was something very good that he told me at that time. And I admit that in India, things are not so easy for people who are not in, who are in the creative profession. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's music, arts, or even if it's sports or any of these areas, there are opportunities nowadays, but during those times, it was a little difficult. Yeah.
Absolutely, very difficult because people with an artist was supposed to be considered a perennial struggler,
Yes.
and I'm also face some of these difficulties. But
So true.
now it's uh, you know payback time is coming,
Payback time is coming. That's right, sir.
and it will come. It's I mean you realize your people realize your worth after a long time. After a long time, I mean you don't have to tom about it, and as they say, that time does work. But everything is done in its period. You
Yes.
can't, the more you accelerate, the more you deaccelerate, you can't prevent that. It will drop in at a time when it's appropriate.
Very true, Alisa. I
And
mean,
you'll be taken by surprise.
that's right. And Alisa, you're right. All the people who pursue these kind of creative field, they should just continue, focus on it, not
Mm.
worry too much about what's going to happen, whether it's from a remuneration point of view, whether it's from recognition point of view, things will come. As you said, there is a time for everything. It
Mm.
comes a little late. It may come a little late, but it will definitely come. As long as you are focused, you work hard, you're sincere, you're committed, you will get your due respect, due money, whatever uh, is due to you will come. But it does take time. It does take
It
time.
does take time. You mean you do agree that there is a divine force
There is a
working
divine
somewhere?
force.
There is a divine force. Other people might not say that. Other people might say कि भाई ये तो जुगाड़ है, इसका थोड़ा सा बहुआ चाहिए. I mean, you need uh, touches or you need walkers to support yourself. That works sometimes, but not always.
That's true.
And
Alisa, I just wanted to add one more thing. Keeping all that in mind, that's what after I completed my corporate life, that's why I've started a new company here, where I work with artists, budding artists from various fields. They could be sculptors, they could be graffiti artists, they could be mural artists, interior designers, and I'm working on various projects with the government and in the private sector also. And I'm giving these people an opportunity to showcase the talent that they have. Plus, I'm ensuring that they get rewarded in form of remuneration and incentives. So that's something that I'm looking at because I've seen how difficult it is for artists to get those kind of exposure. So that's where my
Yes.
company currently is working on. Yeah,
I think you should also go to the United Nations
that's
for. I mean, that is one suggestion. You might have already been
yes, I'm in touch
had
here.
expo, exposure there also, so that you can, uh, at least I think they give some kind of fund of
There is a support.
and the support, but you've got to meet the the grade, yardstick. Because I was there about 9 days back, and I was doing some work with some fashion designers and fashion designing with old clothes,
Okay,
old clothes, what you call
that's
sustainability.
okay.
You
Excellent.
know, you know, old parachute fabric, old airbags, old seat belts in cars, in the what you call aircraft, anywhere. And I mean, those people have crafted beautiful bags, into
Oh,
beautiful
wonderful.
things, beautiful. So perhaps that would also, the person in charge now, I think, is quite a uh, fine. The Sharp is there. He's the UN head director. He's very fond of art. And
Oh,
you won't
wonderful.
believe it. I was surprised to see Miss Bhumi Pedankar and Mrs. Ambani also, Nita Ambani, who were, into this bit after having Reliance Trends, Reliance this, and Reliance everything. Now they're going back into sustainability, which was
Okay.
quite, not shocking, but it was surprising.
Very
Because
nice.
in business, they can do anything. So anyhow, you have I mean, you've done so much about artists, but what was your profession actually?
So I started, Alisa, with the Taj Group of Hotels in Chennai. I had done my hotel management and I worked with the Taj groups. I was a management trainee there. Then I further went on to my MBA, post which I joined the Times of India Bombay.
Uh-huh.
Times of India Bombay at that time was launching Times FM, which is a radio channel. This is, I'm talking about
Mm.
94, 95,
Mhm.
95 to be,
Mhm.
94, 95. And it was a new concept. Times
Mhm.
FM was a new concept, and we had to market that to corporates and to ad agencies, saying that we are coming with a radio channel. And people initially laughed at us, but they said if Times is coming with something, there could be something special about it. And then the FM channel became very popular. The way Times
Yes.
marketed it, and they had programs for stock market, they had programs for the youth, they had programs for housewives. So
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
ensured that during the whole day, each segment of listeners could enjoy their programs. So they did a very good job. And
Mhm.
post that, I moved to Standard Chartered Bank, Delhi. Standard Chartered was setting up the cards business,
Mhm.
credit card business, and I was part of the team that was looking after the cards business in North. So this was my entry into the financial services. This was
Mhm.
in 1995.
Mhm.
So for 3 years, I worked with Standard Chartered Bank. Then I moved to Citibank again in Delhi. I spent around 9 years in the cards business itself. Across acceptance, issuance, fraud. So that was a good tenure that I had with Citibank. Post that, I moved to MasterCard. I spent 17 years with MasterCard, where I did various roles. And in between, I was also posted in Sri Lanka. I was the country manager for Sri Lanka and Maldives, looking after these two markets. My last role with MasterCard was where I was heading the government engagement for South Asia. So we used to deal with government on various solutions and products that we had for governments, whether it was on agriculture, on SME, on Aadhaar authentication, so those kind of on transit. So these were things that we were working with the government. And this year in mid, I took an early retirement because I wanted to then focus on my art part of life. That's my second innings where I said it should not be too late. uh,
Mhm.
I have spent 32 years in the corporate life. I've done everything that I wanted to do. I've spent a lot of time here, but now it's time for me to give something to the society. So that's why I started with this company where I work with artists and I'm trying to do something good for them. That's
Yes.
the purpose. Yeah,
I see a very bright future because I see your murals, your paintings. They should be
that's
put on credit cards. Hmm?
that.
Huh? And the bright ones. I mean, you have the name, you have Santosh, whatever that is, and
Sure.
card number and that. But that would make the card very attractive
Very true.
rather than have that blue, red, maroon kind of card Axis Bank has and blue kind of Union Bank. Try this. This is a good idea.
Thank you so much,
This is
Alisa.
good. Because having been in the bank, you can say, I can give this to you, give this painting to you, but you have your terms and conditions. That is all.
Sure. Surely, that's a good idea, Alisa.
I mean, there should be some color in life.
Very true.
Even they say that when you see a color, you think of us. There was an ad by I think Jensen and Nicholson.
I think
Or
that's right.
Nerolac, Nerolac. Huh? When you
Nerolac,
think
I
Nerolac,
think Nerolac,
when,
if I'm right.
when
Yeah.
you think of color, think
Think
of
of
us.
us.
The other day I was at a conference and I saw that Asian Paints has got into the Asian Paints is into now sanitary ware,
Okay.
into designing your homes, designing the kind of color you want, designing your furniture, designing your beds, everything. I mean, they've moved so fast. I was so amazed to see the kind of work that they're doing. Asian Paints. Now,
That's right.
Asian Paints, we said, but सिर्फ paint बनाता है और कुछ नहीं paint वाला है. But diversification is going on at a very rapid pace.
And they know people respect the brand. It is always good to be in, diversify a little bit in the same segment that you're in. I mean, whether it's to do with homes and, kind of, so it's a good
Mm.
idea. And it's again trust. People trust. Like Godrej has got into making houses now. So
Yes,
the
yes,
only
Godrej.
thing, the only thing that they say is that over the years we have built trust and people trust us. I mean, nobody has heard, Godrej doing buildings in the apartments in the past, but it is the trust factor that makes a lot of difference for consumers
They
there.
were known for their safes and
That's
their
right.
locks. Hmm?
That's right. That's right.
So that's how the reputation for housing has come up, and they've
That's right.
picked up very good properties at
That's
very
right.
reasonable rates,
That's right,
thanks
sir.
to their connections. The other thing I noticed was that Barry Ware was leading in sanitary. Barry Ware,
Yeah,
Barry. I think it's a Chennai-based company. Now there are so many other companies coming, Jaguar, Kohler, and all these people are, they have their own niche market. So I think with your art and with the kind of art that you have shown in your mural paintings that you've shown, it's going to pick up. It's going to
thank you
be,
so much, Alisa.
it's going to be a nice warm fire for the winter.
Thank you so much.
I won't say a raging fire, because that would turn the whole thing around. But I would say nice warm fire for the winter and for others to think about it. So now, if you tell me something about yourself and your schooling, your childhood, and your hobbies.
Surely. So, since dad was in the Air Force, we moved from town to town.
Mm.
Uh, Whenever he used to get a transfer, and so we are two children. I have an elder brother and me. My elder brother is a chartered accountant. He just retired from a government
Oh.
public sector organization. And so we used to move from city to city. We have been into Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi, Bagdogra, a lot of places.
Mhm.
And so schooling was mostly Kendriya Vidyalaya. That's where we studied because that's where we used to get admission when dad used to move around. And we enjoyed that stint. I really had a good time in the schools that I went to. I love music and art besides academics. So I used to play musical instruments that time, and that I still continue to. I enjoy music a lot. I sing and play the guitar. Uh,
Mhm.
and we used to be involved in sports. We used to play cricket. So that's how the schooling went through. And post that, it was college. Again, the education was, I did my hotel management in Chennai. I did my
Okay.
MBA in Trichy. So this
Mm.
is the education that I had. But little later in life, I also did my course in Harvard Business School. So academics was very dear to me and dear to our home. My father always believed that education is extremely important. Uh,
Mm.
uh, and we must invest as much as possible into education. So that's why me, my brother, we were very academics focused all through our education days. Yeah.
And tell me your college life after your and did you get married in Kerala or where did you
No,
get married?
so in my case, I met my wife in Standard Chartered Bank. I am from
Okay.
Kerala, but my wife is Punjabi Delhi girl.
Mm-hmm.
And we met in Standard Chartered Bank, and we were in the same organization, and that's where we got to know each other, and we liked each other, and we spoke to our parents, and they were very broad-minded and progressive, and they said, please go ahead, and that's how
She was
we.
not from the Air Force Army
She was
background.
from military MES background. Her dad was in the
हाँ,
MES.
so then फिर वो
That's
चलता है, चलता
बिल्कुल
है,
चलता है. That's right.
चलता है. नहीं तो otherwise के हाय it
So
in
there
the
was
yeah.
so Lisa, there was understanding between parents. They were matured enough, and they
Yes.
blessed our relationship, and they said, please go
And
ahead.
how many children do you have?
I have one son, one boy. Yeah.
Mhm. And is he working or is
He's
he?
working in the US. He's
Mhm.
in Washington currently.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's lovely. So you keep visiting him often.
Yes, we were there. We just came back 10 days back. We were with him for some
Uh,
time. Just
and did
came
you
back
get any inspiration there
to
for
paint.
your paint? Yes.
Yes, I did paint there. And in fact, I painted one of my son also at his home,
Mm-hmm.
him with his guitar. I like that painting. I mean, I don't have it here right now. There was I would have shown it to you. So I made 4 paintings over there when I was in
Mm.
the US. Yeah.
And have you asked him to settle down in life, or is he settling down on his
He's
own?
he's
I'm
he's 25.
mm.
So we've started the conversation, but he wants to give it some more time. So
Yes,
it'll
yes,
be
that's what happens with all the children these days.
so
That give me some sunshine, give me some
so
rain. Let me live again. That famous song in the Three
yes,
Idiots, remember?
that's right.
So
That's
we
right.
have to give them space.
That's right.
No, we don't. I'm not like our parents who sit nowadays. But ours was different. You were different. I was different. I was love marriage. So, I mean, it's more the mothers who sort of push. The fathers
Uh,
are the
The
fathers are
fathers
the
understand. Yes, mothers feel that, which is right also, that there is a right age for marriage, because then you have to have
uh,
children. Then by the time you're retired, the children should be settled, which is a very good way of thinking, rather than, you
yes,
get married very late, then your kids, then you've retired, your kids are still, very young and studying, things could be a
mm,
little difficult. But the new generation feels that they are still not ready, because they have so many things in mind. They want to finish that, and marriage is not a priority. I mean, kind of, so it's like, yeah,
yes, yes.
we'll do when.
It's. I mean, we consider it a biological necessity
That's
to carry on the lineage.
that's right. That's right.
But for them, their priorities are different. They want cars, they want apartments, they want holidays, they want other things. So I mean, we are in the same boat, Mr. Santosh.
That's right, Alisa. Yeah.
We are also growing up with them. We are
Yeah,
growing
but
up with.
see, each generation has their own values, their own principles, and
Yes,
you have to respect. Our parents may be of that views that you have to always save, save for the next generation and next to next generation, maybe. And this generation feels that you have to spend because you have one life. You have to
yes, you
do
have only
what.
one life.
So there's a difference in thought, but every generation, for their time, whatever they think is right, so is appropriate with the period that they are growing up in. Yeah.
Now tell me something about the colors that you choose to your
So
paint.
I paint
What
in
what
camel.
colors do you like?
I
You-
use camel
mm,
always, and uh, so I do all three. Use all the three mediums. I do oil, I do acrylic, and I do water. I used to do water during my school days, college days. I shifted to oil. Acrylic is something that I started maybe 10 years back or something. I've done less of acrylic, but my next series of exhibitions will be on acrylic itself. It's a better medium because it dries very fast. Uh, it's got a good finish. It gives you the feeling that you're working on a canvas with oil paints, but it
mhm.
dries very fast. So that's a good part about
And
acrylic.
it has a permanent texture. It
It has got
doesn't
a
fray.
permanent texture, but some
Doesn't
people
fray.
say that oil has always a better finish. There's something about oil,
Uh,
which everybody agrees, but then you require a lot of time to do oil paintings. Acrylic is faster and quicker.
mhm. And were you inspired by the scenery in Kerala and
Kerala inspires me a lot, but to be honest, I get inspired by old masters like Rubens and Michelangelo.
yes,
And nature inspires me a lot. So people and nature inspire me a lot. So I love to make paintings on real life concepts, themes, rather than abstract. Uh, Nature is something that was always been dear to me, and I have that influence of Kerala. it being so beautiful. Uh, so I do a lot of painting on nature. I do a lot of paintings on people and on life as such.
And what about what you call portraits?
I do less of portraits, but maybe I plan to do it maybe after 15, 20 years. That's something that I thought of
Portraits
doing.
of yourself, your
No, no,
family,
no, no,
your
no,
parents.
no,
No.
no.
Uh, did you ever
Uh,
try to sketch your father, grandfather?
I do sketch them. I have sketched them, but maybe I don't have any inclination towards that. That's his other specialization in art. Maybe I currently don't have the inclination to do portraits, but I have it as I plan to do that little later. So after acrylic, I want to shift again to oil. Then I want to do watercolors and portraits little later. That's right.
So now I think we are in 3D this thing.
Okay.
We'll what we'll do is I'll just tell him. Uh, I just heard my brother. So the thing is that, sir, now what I want to ask you is that uh, you have to make your painting speak. We have another 14 minutes with us. So perhaps you can put up your, video and
Oh, video. I have my website. If I can share
give
that with you and
give us
talk
a
you through.
narration. Give us a
Yeah.
narration on the whole screen about
Okay.
your interest. And I've talked about your personal life, everything. But if
Okay.
you can kindly tell us about your videos,
Uh,
I
uh,
mean your paints and just a brief. Yes, this is wonderful.
so is my website visible now?
Yes, yes, with the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, okay. I'll start. This is how it is. So this painting is on Prime Minister's first visit to Sri Lanka
Uh-huh.
after there was some bomb explosions. So this was, I think, 2018 or so. And I was at that time posted in Sri Lanka. So the High Commissioner of Sri Lanka, Mr. Taranjit Sandhu's office had requested me to make a painting called Banaras. So this was gifted to the Prime Minister. Varanasi is his constituency. So this painting, he looked at it and he says, "Wow!" I mean, "Wow!" He said. So it was a very happy moment for me and for all the people involved. And this was presented to him. And this is a oil on canvas, 30 inches by 40 inches. I don't have the. I'll show you the picture, paintings picture a little later. This is with Dr. Pranab Mukherjee at Rashtrapati Bhavan. So we were invited to present two paintings to him. That's me and my wife with him. And he liked the painting. The painting of the old man is called Wrinkled Thoughts. It's one of my favorite paintings. It's a watercolor
Uh,
and a monochrome. And this is like a portrait, you can say, see, but as I said, I don't usually do portraits, but it is about uh, a happy farmer who's got a good yield that year. So uh, this is the painting that we presented to the president, uh, and we spent some time with him. We had a good conversation. He spoke to me about my art, and again, like the way you are asking me, he asked me about uh, areas that I work on, mediums that I
uh,
use. So we had a very good
oh,
conversation that day. Um, he's a very fine gentleman and very learned and very, very well informed about everything about art, music, besides
yeah.
running a country. Uh, this was with the president of Maldives during one of my visits there. This is with the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. Again, a person who really encouraged creative art, music, art, sports, everything. Very dynamic Prime Minister. This is an award I got last year
Uh-huh.
on for the best contemporary artist. That's the actress Madhuri Dixit. I had also
Oh yes.
presented a painting of Ganesha to her. She liked it a
My
lot.
God. This is where the thug thug goes, thug thug. Hmm?
Thank you so much. And this is with in one of my stints in Mastercard where I was uh, presenting this Man of the Series award to Virat Kohli. Uh, this is my Harvard education. Now I'll just take you through my portfolio and exhibitions also. So,
Oh, it's a good thing. Yeah.
so these are my oil on canvas. So some paintings I'll spend some time on some paintings.
Uh-huh.
Now this is it's not opening 1 second. Yeah, this is a painting done by it's a copy of a painting done by a artist called Rubens in the 14th century. It's called The Descent from the Cross. So these are
Uh,
the work that used to inspire me. So this is a painting that I really
uh,
loved, and I had painted. This is around 2 decades back. I painted this one,
uh,
oil on
uh,
canvas
uh,
board,
uh,
and it's a precious painting, and I keep it with me only. I don't sell it or anywhere. So this is a painting that I really wanted to share with you. Uh, these are the artists that have inspired me, as I said. Uh,
uh,
so give me 1 second. Let me.
Mahatma Gandhi, of course, is right.
This is Mahatma Gandhi's portrait. Yeah. So these are some of the oil. I'm sharing with you oil on canvas.
There's one of the
This
Manipur
is
dancers.
yes,
That
yes.
is
This is the one that was presented to Prime Minister Modi. This
okay.
is the Banaras one,
The hearts.
the Ghats, yeah. And this is the Manipur one.
Yeah.
This is a Rajasthan setting. I mean, it's uh, a man going back home with camels.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this. This was again a very popular painting.
Mm-hmm. Which is your favorite out of these?
I'll just come to that. That's what I'm just.
Uh,
So
There's one of a lady
this is
cooking.
also beautiful. Yeah, this is a washing. This is currently in New York at a home in New York. This is also one of my dear paintings. Yeah,
Mm. And the
it's
utensils.
titled Charming,
Yeah.
Charming. Yeah, Charming Chores. 1 second. This I like this painting. This is the Golden Temple. This was presented to Mr. Taranji Sandhu. He was the ambassador of
Oh,
India to United States. Yeah.
yes,
So it
yes,
was in
yes.
his home in Washington, D.C.
Uh,
In India House, this painting used to be there.
Now he's an MP. Where?
Now
In
he's in Amritsar. Yeah. He's come back. He's with BJP.
uh,
And
Hardeep handed him over his seat.
huh? Which one?
Hardeep Puri.
Huh. Yes.
Taranjit. Taranjit is from our university, JNU,
Okay. Yes. He's a
and his wife also, I think.
This I presented to Dr. Shashi Tharoor recently. This one. Uh,
This is wonderful.
this
Kathakali.
is Kathakali. Yeah. This is the one that. Uh, this is the Gandhi one. It's titled The Mahatma.
Yeah, yeah.
It's oil on canvas.
Uh-huh.
Again, this is on Calcutta. I love Calcutta.
Oh, yes.
So I do a lot of work on Calcutta.
The yellow taxi,
Taxi,
the
yellow taxi
rickshaw
and the
polo,
rickshaw.
and
Yeah.
Victoria Memorial.
Yes. So these are some of my old work. This is very popular painting of mine. It's called The Real Bliss.
Yes,
And
wonderful.
it's very, very popular. A lot of people love it. And it's with a dear friend.
3 months.
Three monks, yeah. Young monks. Rest all are old paintings, but I'll just see if there's anything that I would want to specifically show you in detail.
These were moments of inspiration. Was it a
So,
continuous
so, so
inspiration?
no. So I like what in my case, what I do since I was working, I used to fix dates for exhibitions and then I used to work on. So most of these works are from the exhibitions. And once most of them get sold during the exhibition, but these are all paintings made for exhibitions. That's how I do. This was again a very popular painting.
Ah, the forest.
Let me show you some
The
of my
water.
watercolor. Yeah,
The water pots and the child.
yeah. This are all watercolor. People say that I am very good in watercolor. In fact, my drawing teacher, Shri Vigyan Rath, has said that I should focus more on watercolor, but I want to spend some time on acrylic and then I'll switch over to watercolor a little later.
Watercolor looks a little softer.
It's softer, yeah. And you require a different kind of skill set to do watercolor, and but I really love it. I enjoy that medium.
Yes, yes. Water has its own natural soothing.
Yes, yes. These are all water.
Raj
This
Mahal.
that I like this one of a child
Oh,
playing the music instrument. Yeah,
this is Rajasthan.
Rajasthan. That's right. Let me
Wow.
show you some on the. I'll take you through exhibitions that I have. So I have tried to capture, images of some of the exhibitions. This is how I showcase and people come visit. So my next exhibition is in Dubai next year.
Oh, that's you. How many days? 2 days or one day?
So it'll be 3 days.
Okay.
November. This is my teacher, drawing teacher, Sri Vigyanvrat. I have a lot of respect for him. He encouraged me a lot during my childhood days to paint. That's my mom. She passed away, but she used to be very excited during my exhibitions. She used
Yeah,
to
God bless my
really,
words. Yeah.
yeah. All these are exhibitions. I mean, there are many. I can take you through later.
But now, after retirement,
Yeah.
how do you feel about? Will
So
you
I can spend
pursue?
more time. Huh? Did you after retirement? What was your last line?
I mean, I said, would you continue pursuing painting and art,
Yes,
or would
yes,
you
yes. Very
also?
serious. So I have the
You,
company which will work on those projects, and I have some payments company where I'm working. There are two fintechs which are in the financial services, but I'll spend a lot of time on doing paintings now, which that's how it is. I mean, there'll be a lot of time that will go in uh, doing art. As I said, so I've got exhibition in Dubai next year. Next to next year is in London, then New York. So I'll be working on those in the coming months.
see, you are an international artist and national repute, and we would also like to invite you to our forum for
Sure.
for an exhibition. Rajiv, I can tell you how we plans to do that, but it would be a privilege to have you
Certainly,
over.
Elisa. Certainly,
Privilege,
Elisa.
but we are the lesser beings. We are
No,
not the bright stars, but
you are the star.
we mean well. We mean well.
Thank you so much. So I really look forward. So Rajivji has been very supportive. So I would want to engage more and see how we take this forward. Yeah,
And I mean, since you are well known in Delhi, it can be at any place where feel you are comfortable, and
surely,
then we can talk to. I mean, sponsors also you can also have,
definitely, definitely.
because art is uh, does require a lot of support uh, to be seen, to be heard, and to be appreciated.
Very true.
Uh, it all it I mean, in the olden days, it was the king's appreciation. It was for the word trout. His seal was a final, but now it has to go through a regular process of
Very
thing.
true.
But I feel that I mean, you have done a amazing, awesome kind of collection you have, which will, I think. But tell me something. You were in USA. How is it that in USA you didn't paint any of their landscapes?
I did one. That's what I mean. I would have done one. One was a US home of my brother-in-law with the background and all. That was complete American. I did one Calcutta painting
Uh,
on Calcutta Street. I did
mm,
one on a Rajasthan couple, and I did one on my son. Four. So
okay,
uh,
but nothing on the Statue of Liberty,
no, not yet,
Wall
not
Street,
yet.
Wall
No,
Street,
no.
or the SFO Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's a good idea. Now that you've told me, Statue of Liberty is a very good idea. I think I should
Yes.
do something on that. Yeah, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. Yeah,
Uh, I mean, is your son in New York or where is he?
he's in Washington D.C. Yeah.
Ah, so Washington D.C. itself, the White House itself is very
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. Now you've
spectacular.
given me the idea to think over it and, kind of, yeah, I'll definitely look at that.
That's the thing. I mean, and then in India, of course, we have so many sites. We have so many.
India is beautiful. India is an amazing country.
Hmm. Today, I was watching some painting of the Lodi Gardens, the old, tombs, and I found it. It was a photograph, actually, not a painting, photograph, and in twilight, but it looked very nice.
Oh,
Very looked
wonderful.
very meaningful. See,
That's wonderful.
February, I think this is the right time, maybe little later, to visit Lodi Gardens. It'll be
Yes,
full
yes,
of
yes.
know, uh, many things. So
It's
anyhow,
beautiful.
I just wanted to ask you, sorry, is there anything which you would like to say about yourself and about your work and about how you feel the future is in painting after your retirement? And
So,
perhaps,
yeah, I mean, I feel for everyone, besides your work, if there's any area that one chooses and pursues, it's always good, whatever it is, whatever, whether it's some like to
uh,
play golf, some like to play. So in my case, art plays a very key role. Music also plays a very key role.
oh yes,
I enjoy music and I practice a lot these days. Uh, but on the art side, yes, this company of mine, I really want to make it make an impact to society, make livelihood possible for a lot of young artists.
uh-huh.
So I'm the means of connect between them and the external world, where
Yes, yes,
their talent is visible to the world and they get the right kind of uh, remuneration for the work that they are
okay,
doing. That's what I'm looking at, because I know how difficult it is. If you're on your own, to get paid for the good art that you do. So that's something that I really want to work uh, on, in this company with a lot of stakeholders. So I'm involved meeting a lot of people in the government side and the private side, and there's a lot of support coming in to see that these people get right kind of audience and uh, payments. That's something that I'm really keen on.
no, that is definitely, you know, because you do require support financially to
That's right.
get approval to get your canvas to get things. And then as I said that these credit cards and these debit cards would require your paintings.
Surely. That's something that
It,
I'll
it,
speak to
it,
people.
you speak to them. I mean, there has to be some change.
True.
Even the banker's ties, you know, make it right.
Very true.
Bankers supposed to be. See, you've seen the hotel industry. You've worked in the Taj. You've seen the rapid change in Taj also.
Very true. Yeah.
With
Every
Mr.
place is changing. Yeah. You can't, you have to change with time.
with Mr. Peter Ketkar and then his son. I
Ajit,
forgot.
Ajit Kerkar was there.
Yes,
Ajit Kerkar
Peter,
was.
and then how he changed things. He was he was live wire. I mean, at the age of 65, he was getting loans worth crores of rupees.
He was
He,
amazing. He was
he was amazing.
very
Mm,
dynamic
mm,
leader.
mm,
Yeah.
mm. And his son was also a very good speaker
Okay.
who took over this Tata
Mercury
company,
Travels. Mercury Travels, I think he was with.
Fox and Kings.
Cox. Okay.
Mm. He did very well.
Oh,
So he was I mean I think he was the only person in those times to wear shirts like this. Peter
okay.
Ketkar,
Oh,
Peter Ketkar and Ajit Ketkar.
okay.
They were from Goa, I think.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Once it's not to cover, and I think winters have approached. The winter line has come, and you'll have plenty of opportunities to do a lot of things in the sun,
That's
in the
right.
winter
That's right.
sun and winter thing. So
That's right.
I would like to thank you for this time and for the wonderful display of your paintings. And I wish you luck. And I really wish that we could meet in person someday and
Certainly.
have a chit chat. Since you are in Ghaziabad, it's not very far. It's metroable, not drivable, but metroable.
Metrobus. Yeah.
Metro comes right up to there.
Correct.
We'll meet. And
Surely, Alisa.
if there's something which you'd like to say before we part, I mean,
No, I really love the conversation, and you brought back a lot of good old memories.
uh,
And good that you touched on my art journey. Really enjoyed the conversation, and I'll keep. I mean, this was wonderful speaking to you, sir.
thank you
Wonderful.
so much, Mr. Santosh. Have a
Thank you
very
so
good
much.
evening.
Same.
I mean, it's Karwa Chauth today. I think your
Yeah.
wife must be fasting. So
Me
uh,
too.
you also fasting. So yes, yes. Without each other, it's meaningless. So
That's
I
right.
mean, I'm waiting for the moon to come out, sir. Once I sight it, give you a call. Huh?
Thank you so much.
Bless you and bless your wife.
Thank you so much. Thank
And
you,
thank you
Lisa.
so much for your time.
Thank you,
Bye.
Lisa.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.